Tutorial, I'm going to show you how to export a document for printing, which is different than we've been saving these documents to turn them in to get credit for the tutorials, and also different than the way you've been saving it just if you've been working on your own document at all yet. If you've been saving that document, this is also different than that, because when you're saving those documents, you're still saving them as an InDesign document, and I can tell that because if I look up at this tab up here, it says INDD, which is an InDesign document. And what I want to do when I send it off to the print shop is save it as a PDF, okay? Because they do not want this big giant file, and they don't want me to have to send all of my pictures so that they're properly linked here. And so the first thing that we need to do is we need to double check that our document does not have any errors in it. Okay, and so one of the ways that I can tell that is if I look at my document right now, at the bottom here, it says I have one error. And if I scroll through my document, I will see that right here, there's a little red question mark, okay? And if you remember from the earlier videos, that means that this file isn't located in the same spot that it was when I placed it into my document. And again, this will happen if you do not put all of your documents into one folder on your flash drive, okay? And so I didn't do that. And so now it doesn't know where it went because I had to close out my computer and it just lost track of it, okay? And so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna, so I opened up my flash drive and I am going to relocate, because I know what file that is, okay? I know that it was that Archivo AI file here, and I'm going to click and drag it into my flash drive, and then I'm going to close this window. And so now I can see that that document is located in the same place as where this tutorial was saved, the InDesign document. Okay, it still can't find it though. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to actually go over here to where it says links, and I can see also here, and it even tells me the name of the file, which is quite nice. And then it says, I don't know where that is, and it says double click to relink. So we're going to double click on that, and then now because I put that file into the proper folder, it's located there, and I can click open. And now it's just relinking it, and it shouldn't look any different. It should look exactly the same, but it should also have no errors here, and then there's no red question mark here. Okay, so that's how you can relink files. So you want to do that first. Once you have no errors, the other error that you might get is, let me force this error to occur, is this error where there's a little red plus sign. And what that means is I have overset text, and that means I've typed beyond one of the frames, okay? And so what I want to do in that case, because the computer doesn't know how to fix that problem on its own automatically, you have to do it, okay? So that either means using the black arrow here to drag out the frame that has the overset text so that that red plus sign disappears. But in this case, I can see that it's actually just, I typed too many extra letters. It will also do this if you have space, like you pressed enter. So it doesn't distinguish between actual letters or invisible characters. So there might actually be a case where it doesn't seem like there's anything else, but if you just click and highlight, there's actually a space there, and if you delete it, then it will go away. Okay. So in my case, I actually just want to retype the word smaller and then put the text box back down to size, okay? But I could also drag my text box lower if I needed more space underneath. But basically, however you want to get rid of that little red plus would be fine. You just want to make it so you have no errors. So those are the two most common errors to see occurring. Okay. If you find other errors, you'll just have to Google it. All right. So type in that error to Google and just say InDesign error, and then type it in, and then it should tell you how to fix it. But those are the two errors that I've seen students have. So I doubt that you'll have anything extra. So once you have no errors, then what you can do is you can go to File, Export, and then you want to select in the format down here, Adobe PDF Print, which mine defaulted to, yours may as well. Otherwise, you'll have to click on it and select it from this drop-down menu. But mine's correct, so I'm going to just leave it. And then I'm going to click Save. Okay, and then it should bring you to this window. Okay, I know that it seems like there's tons of options, but we're just going to make sure that we have Adobe PDF Preset High Quality Print selected. Okay, and then I'm just going to leave all the default settings as they are, because we're not going to go into what all of these mean. And you can click Export, and then it should export the file. All right, but where did it go? All right, most likely it went into the folder that the original document was located. All right, if you really can't find it, you can just try it over again. Just go to File, Export, and here is where I actually decided where it was going to go, so I could select my desktop and put it there, or I could just select my main flash drive instead of the subfolder that it was located in. Okay, but I think it will default set always to the place where the original file is located, and that might just be where you want it. All right, so I'm going to press cancel though, because I already did save it. And then mine also is set up so that it shows, it opens my document immediately. That was a checkbox I selected at one point. But if you don't have that selected, or this doesn't happen automatically for you, just find the file, double click on it, and then it should open up in Acrobat Pro, and then you can scroll through and see your document. Okay, and so then it should, and even if you did the sideways document like we had, it'll look like it's not sideways, and that's okay, because it prints the same regardless, right? So even if it feels like, oh, it's not sideways like it was supposed to be, that's okay, because it will still print the same, because the binding is going to be in the same place regardless. Now the print shop might get confused by it, which they have had that happen in the past, but just you might have to go in and explain it to them, or explain it to them through email that you just want it printed off like a regular half letter or half legal booklet, and that yours will then have a binding on the top instead of the side. But sometimes I have had them get a little bit confused by if everything's sideways, then they get a little confused, but hopefully that won't happen. Okay, so I can see that my document looks great. I'm going to close it out, and then I'm going to send it off to the print shop. All right, and so to send it off to the print shop, I'm going to go to my favorite web browser, and I am going to, what I always do is I just search Hope College Copyworks. There's also a link to it on the class WordPress site. The day before the project is due, I have a little link on where you can send it off to, but this is easier. All right, so we're going to click on this link, and it will take you to this web page. And I'm going to go to Submit a Print Order. Now, here is the thing that is very, very important. If you have never used Copyworks before in your life, after you log in here, and I'm going to type in my login. After you log in here, there will be a screen that will not show up on mine because I've logged into it before. There will be another screen that you have to fill out before you try to do this next step, okay? If you do not fill it out, then it will lock out your account, and you actually have to email Print and Copyworks and get them to reset your account. And then the next time you do have to do that, okay? So you have to select your site. So there will be a series of questions here. It's asking you like your address and your phone number. Just type in whatever. They don't actually care, but so the college probably already has your cell phone number, so just type that in. Type in your on-campus address, and then for site, this is the really important part. It will be a drop-down menu, and you want to select Hope Student, okay? That is your site. There will be tons of different options for the site, but you want to select Hope Student, all right? And so then once you press OK, if you filled out everything, and again, it doesn't really matter, and they're not going to call you or mail you anything, okay? They just want to know who you are, and that you're actually a Hope student, and then press OK, all right? And so once you've done that, then you can follow along with the tutorials that I'm going to show you, okay? And that will be for a majority of you, because I'm guessing most of you have not used print and mail services yet. So most of you will have to do that. All right, so once you do that, then you can click on New Order, Printing Order, and we're going to select Booklets. And then we have two options here that pertain to the two document styles that we made. 5.5 by 8.5 is half letter, and 7 by 8.5 is half legal. So I'm going to select half legal because that's the size that I made my booklet to be. And then I'm going to enter the following information. So for the job name, I can call it Basic Design Book. And number of booklets, well, I'm assuming you just want one, but maybe you want more. And then you are going to do two-sided format. And number of originals, that's how many pages are in your document. So in the document that we made, we only had 3 pages, remember? Because I still have this InDesign document, and I can go to pages, and I can see that I've got 3 pages here. Okay, but you might have for your final, because don't do this for the practice one. This is what you will do when you have your final ready to go. But what you're going to do then is you might have 11 pages, you might have 22 pages. It just depends on what kind of layout you decided on for your book. And so then type in whatever number of pages you had in your InDesign document. Okay. You want to print it in color, most likely, unless you designed it to be black and white. And you want your text stock to be text. Stock weight, you can either select 20 or 28. 20 is more like standard paper weight. 28 is just like a little bit thicker. Okay. You're going to, for cover stock, you're going to include a front cover because you've designed a front cover to be included in this book. And then you're going to press continue. And then on this page, you're going to select some different options. You want it one-sided because then it'll print the document that you designed to be the front cover. And then you want it on the front cover. And ink color, it can be black and white or color, just depending on how you designed it. So I'll select color, but if it was only in black and white, I would select black and white because it'll make it a little bit cheaper. And then you want it to be cover stock, and it's going to be a little bit thicker. And then you can choose, do you want a white cover? Do you want another color cover? Just know that if you choose another color cover, then your colors that you print on to the paper are going to be a little bit different. Like everything's going to have a little bit more of a red hue to it if you choose a red cover, for example. So, but you're welcome to choose a colored cover. And then press continue. And then on the binding, you want to choose a saddle stitch. For the binding, you want to choose a saddle stitch, and for the special instructions, you can just leave that blank. And then you'll press continue. So then attach the file. So then you would click yes, you would click browse, and then you would find that PDF file. So mine is located in my flash drive, 01, toots, and then it's that PDF right there. I'm going to click open, I'm going to click attach file, and then I'm just going to scroll through and make sure that it didn't chop up my document strangely. Okay, and so if I scroll through and it looks good, looks like how I designed it, I'm going to click on the little close X, and I'm going to press continue. Okay, and so this is the payment page. If this is over, I would say over $5, you probably did something wrong. So you want to go back and follow these steps again. But it should be about $4 depending on how many pages you made. Okay, so mine was 3 pages and it was 47 cents. So, and then for billing, you'll want to select cash, credit, or debit, or you can, I think you can also put it onto your student account. I don't have a student account, so that doesn't show up as an option for me, but that might be an option for you. Otherwise, you'll have to pay them in cash when you pick it up, all right? And then pick up location, DeWitt, and then you're going to press finish, okay? I'm not going to press finish because I don't want this actually printed, because it was just to show you all how to do it, but that is how you export something for print.